I'm live. Hi, everybody. So, in case you thought your day was weird, this is my friend Phil. He's dressed as an earthworm, and yeah, we're gonna make a mannequin of him this evening because I need one for the shop for bodysuits. And Phil, you are my most average-sized friend.
Fair. Okay.
I have a lot of friends that are on the bigger side, and I have friends on the smaller side. You're my average-sized friend.
Yeah.
So, joining us in the shop this evening, say hi, Rob.
Hi guys, I got much older.
Rob has a white beard from a video and photo shoot that we did today, and this is Josh.
Hello.
Josh, you just graduated the Tom Savini School, right?
Yes, sir.
When did you graduate?
January 31st of this year.
Gotcha. So you're an expert makeup artist and you make no mistakes.
That's not how that works.
Oh, okay. Just checking. I'm just checking. All right. So first step in the process is we wrap Phil in saran wrap. And I need to grab my handler thing. Now, I want to note, I do have Phil set up to be as comfortable as possible. He doesn't have to hold his arms up. I've got buckets on top of stools to hold his arms up. And he's standing on anti-fatigue mats. So he is as comfy as I can make him, but this is not a comfortable thing. And you've done this before.
Yeah.
Several times.
Yeah.
Because again, he's my average size friend. Boy, if somebody would hand this to me, it'd be way less awkward.
I thought you just wanted to make up for all the hundreds of us now.
Now listen, it's important you don't get that tight. You do not want that really tight on him. If you cut off his circulation, he'll fall over, and then it's harder to finish the casting.
Just kind of start over.
So don't hand it to me tight. You better loosen it up. Okay. We're just going to do a tissue wrap around the body some. Hi, everybody. Hey, Rob.
Yes, sir.
Can you come and help with this process?
Yes, I can.
See this gap? Good. Fill that gap up. So at least get from here to there. Done. And I actually want to do, we're going to do him in 2 stages for comfort. We're going to do nips down, and then we're going to do
Ankles up.
Belly button up. And then I can cut them and tape them together wherever I want.
Belly button down.
What's that?
Belly button down.
Well, I want overlap.
Gotcha.
Don't make it too tight. Don't make it too tight. If it's too tight, you'll have trouble breathing.
Oh, I wasn't squeezing tight, I was just pushing.
I got you.
Should be very gentle dance thing.
So you need to monitor us, and if it's even a little bit too tight,
Yeah.
tell them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so this process, we will be making a body form. Harry Beastie, who I know is from Scotland, he says, hi, Alan, Rob, and the other guy. There's actually 2 other guys. There's Josh, and there's Phil. Phil is a little bit dressed like a penis.
A little bit.
A little
Sorry,
bit,
guys.
right now. But earthworm costume, you know, whatever.
It's not normal for me.
But this is so that I can get a good form of the body. This will be covered in clear, heavy-duty clear packing tape, about 3 layers. And then
Yeah.
we will,
I don't believe you.
cut it off of him and then tape it back together. So it's its own thing that holds itself up. And I'll put foam inside of it to make a solid figure. It will be fun.
Let me go over this
So we have Scotland here. We have Derry, Ireland is here.
Nice.
Yeah,
I've been in both
so-
of those places.
They are both also regular viewers. We really only need like a layer or 2. We don't need a bunch on him.
He
So
wants to do his arms too.
all of them. Long Beach, California.
Yeah.
This is the same way that I make the transparent ghosts. I've also made ice creatures out of this. It's a good technique for just a stiff clear body form. And then, once I foam it, I've made my own mannequin. Right now I have about $35 invested in clear tape, which I'll probably use most of. So,
Yeah, just do a gentle backup. Then you can, yeah, you can shoot it.
so I'm actually not going to tape over Phil's head on this. We're going to get his neck, yes, but that's so that I can do a head form off of this guy, and we'll just take the two together. Using this technique, you can take one person's arms and put them on a different person's legs, and you can have that kind of fun with it if you want. But I just don't like making folks suffer through it for longer than we have to.
Especially in the Texas heat.
Yeah, it's a little warm in the shop. It's not bad.
It's been worse.
I'm wearing very comfortable, breathable clothing.
Right. Phil is almost naked.
If you can call it clothing.
Never get class.
Yeah, no, I'm about to be super. That's all I said was, you guys get to deal with whatever it smells like when you take all this around.
We call
Okay.
that
Yeah, okay. I'm putting several layers on this so that I'll be able to use this that same way. And I'm doing the shoulder just so I have something to line up. And I want to have overlap between all these different pieces. So I can just cut it, tape it, and call it good. I just got, the more hands I have on this, why I've got some more people tonight, the more hands I have on it, the faster it goes, the more comfortable my performer, in this case Phil, and if he's comfortable, then we get a good cast. And that's what we want. We're kind of making a Phil-shaped mold. Isn't that right, Phil?
That's right. So I can live on. Or whatever.
Many times Phil has donned the spandex suit for me.
Go down, basically it's just under.
Yeah, go down to just under the belly.
Just the next one's gonna go just under the belly.
Okay, so this one came from Asylum Props, window liquor. This came from Asylum Props. Richard Teachout is the guy who runs that, and his lovely wife. So there you go, Asylum Props. Or you can get them from Monster Makers, or you can get them from David Mosher. So you have a lot of options.
As long as you're comfortable, that's important.
Hello, Chris Morales. I'm hoping to have Phil under tape only for about an hour and a half total tonight. The longer we take to do the plastic, the longer it takes. Do a wrap around his neck, guys, so that I can get neck overlap. Otherwise, it's a really weird shaped hole. Lots of Scotland on this evening. Yeah, just like that. You need two of those. Don't let him be tight, or he'll die.
Somebody's got to help me.
Then you just vacuum those.
We know what happens if somebody dies out in the shop.
You die in the shop, you become a prop. It used to be different when I lived in Orlando because I had a lot of friends at Gatorland still. And then, in a fashion, you start in the Jumperoo show.
We got like that.
I was keeping up with
No, we don't.
We got-
We're going to tape them like this.
Okay.
So as long as there's plastic over it, we're good.
Okay. Well, then we should be good at this point.
No, it was on a bat suit.
That is what being Michael Keaton Batman feels like. So now we hit it with a heat gun to shrink it all down. I'm just kidding. We're not doing that. All right. Everybody grab some tape. Here's tape. Here's tape. I have tape.
I got tape.
You also want to grab a pokey stabby
No.
just to mess with Phil.
No.
So I have some pokey stabby things. Pick your poison.
There's an entire shirt.
Careful.
But pokey is better than bladey because we have a human involved. All right, and we want to cover him in tape. But this is clear and this is clear, so it's very hard to tell where we were. So make sure that you have a system. And I'm going to move your arm a little bit out, Phil.
Sure. If you want to, you got something that getting your wings up higher.
No, that lower is better.
Okay.
Because that's a natural position for an actor.
Right.
What's important is that if and again, you cannot go tight around his body. You cannot go tight. You have to stay loose with that tape. It was 70 Fahrenheit today in Scotland. I bet that's beautiful weather. Oh, 73 in Glasgow, but very humid.
74 is I keep my house.
So, because punching in his armpit, and we're stretching up here. So if you do it in a relaxed position, everything at a 45-degree angle basically, then the position is in a natural position when the actor is at rest. And only when you do something extreme will you see a stretch or whatever.
Good guys.
Run that kind of check as well.
It's not them.
Oh, thanks. As long as you say that.
Well, actually, this mannequin that we're doing, this is for the Demi Morgan, because I'm making that whole suit. So I'm going to use that mannequin, in order to form the Demi Morgan suit. What's that? Yeah, because of copyright and stuff, I called it the Demi Moore. Yeah. Which led Rob to think your wife in a different wage.
That makes sense. I mean, technically, if we had five,
I believe just came.
It will be a Demi Moore.
It will be. Well, it's a different thing.
we will also do the NFL. That's how it works. We're getting done like with
It'll be a double dose then.
the any more.
You're involved and Demi left.
Oh.
Everything we're doing is clear, so it looks like we're accomplishing nothing, but I swear we are.
Getting shot.
Those get hot and hot.
It's getting hot in here, so peel off all your tape. Oh, Golden Carrot, how are you? I hope you're enjoying the show. Which the show is
Yeah.
us taping up Phil.
How you doing? I'm doing great. I now feel like I remember what it's like to be a kid with full body counts.
Yeah.
Kidding, what?
Full body counts.
I used to do all these all at once. I do the whole body at one time. Now I don't. Now I definitely break it up.
As much as I'm really good.
Don't have him lift his arm. Do not make him lift his arm. We're making a cast of him in this shape, so we're not going to move that shape.
Okay.
Then I'll get this.
Rob, don't do this.
What?
Look underneath. See this?
Yeah.
You made a solid wedge right there. That's not going to do it. You got to go get a blade and cut that out.
And I go pump with my feet.
Yeah. You have to go all the way up into that armpit. You got me? Okay. Yeah, go all the way up into this armpit. Don't just span the gap, because that'll be a very not good cast.
You ever been by an Arnold's man?
You'll be fine.
He probably has been bit by the
Yeah.
Of life experiences, I would say Rob has had that happen.
You get a lot.
Okay. I've done some stupid shit. We're just gonna keep that honest.
Yeah, when you got to cut the one people mess up on their crotch, that's when they get really nervous.
I don't think I will.
In here, we're making a shallot soup. It'll be delicious.
Oh yeah. Personal song.
Yeah, people make good money.
Yeah, and you do want to keep asking your model how they're doing. Keep
Yeah.
asking them how they're doing. Make sure that they were hydrated that day.
My back's a little stiff.
If they get tired or dizzy or
Oh, for the-
yeah.
There's a vent here on his arm, so do we need to close that off?
Yeah.
We do?
Yep.
That was it.
Cut yourself little pieces and go in there and just patch it over.
Ended.
We want because foam will shoot out of there if you don't. So Josh has done this before with duct tape. But duct tape doesn't hold itself up very well. This stuff, you know, if you just fold it over on itself, it actually holds up very well.
It was interesting.
No, the duct tape is good though for making like molds off of or patterns off of that.
I've done that.
Yeah, because it's floppier.
Yeah, that's how I did all that on it.
I did that when I made a Fallout power armor.
Nice.
Same thing. We made duct tape, actually we used aluminum.
Yeah, basically with Ted Haynes. Okay, man. He does. He's an amazing foam fabricator. He teaches at Stan Winston School of Character Arts.
Okay.
He's got the big T-Rex video that he did. But he just posted something on his Facebook that's just a huge, you know, the whole process of him making this really kick butt suit.
Yeah.
Really digging on Bob's spider legs.
Yeah. Man, that's so much work. But it's so good.
So good.
Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Off the wall.
Hello from Michigan, Joyce. His hands are over buckets just so he can rest his arms. I want his arms to and stay in the exact same place during this whole process. And frankly, it's really, you can hold your arms out here for about 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes. Your shoulders get sore. So I'm just making sure that he's comfortable during this process. The buckets are just a height use. It is not buckets that, you know, they're not part of the process aside from supporting him. Now I did all the way around once, up and down, all over him. So now, can you guys go around him
Yes.
with that?
I'm gonna make sure this.
And I'm going to go down the arms because you guys went around the arms.
Yes, that's right.
So you want the tape, and you want them to be in different directions. That's where you're going to get a lot of strength.
I'm just trying to feel around for any excess or open spots where I can fit.
Start going this way, and if you start doing it, you'll cover those up.
Yeah, now it's starting to get hot.
Yep,
Stand there, I gotta keep this way.
it's getting hot in here, so just through your feet.
Put it on this plastic. Plastic.
Before we switch into your legs, cut open your mat. Hey Rob, let me show you guys a little trick. When I came down the arm, it spanned this area right here. If you catch it the first time, just pop that tape, and you can push it right down flat.
The way I fix the arm here, so we put the tape and I fold it up like this.
For sure. Works.
And then you inject it with spray foam and spray.
Not spray foam. Oh, I was answering my comments. No, killed the arm.
Upstairs.
I was lost in your arms, so.
Oh, still dying.
Must have been something you said. I should have walked away.
What else is there?
Good luck.
I used to that meme where somebody's like, you can just put the crib in the corner. And Patrick's baby.
I haven't seen it.
I'll be right back to answer the comments.
I'll be right here.
Right now, Phil's arm needs me. Pretty soon, we're going to go on dinner break. We'll come back to you, Phil.
We can,
We can drop in the pool. Just sit tight. We don't want you to get hot.
For a second, I was like, that's not a bad idea.
Oh, yeah, drowning.
One time. Why not?
So this arm, I've done the down all the way around his
so
arm.
wrap it.
Yeah, or do the down on the other side of the arm.
Oh, snap.
I think he's doing,
He's caressing my wrist.
He's probably going around the body right now.
Yeah. Or there's just one thing.
He did go to the bathroom before this started. That's the upside.
Yeah.
Must have been something to see.
Yes, Joyce, his arms would get tired. That's exactly the reason. Yes, I still have a foam gun. Hairy beastie. They shouldn't use petroleum jelly and latex molds for body casts, and you should not mix latex and petroleum jelly. Petroleum jelly is a petroleum-based product, and it eats latex, so it'll destroy latex. So you don't want to mix those two. And you don't want to make a body cast out of latex. You'd probably use silicone. The silicone can have a release built in, but all this little hair, latex will rip that right out. Lots of bleeding and swearing. Somebody gets stabbed. It's terrible. No, I did not start with the sticky side of the tape out. What I did was we started by wrapping him in plastic wrap one time. I have cut someone while doing this. I've done that. Scott, it matters how thick the tape is. You definitely want the heavy-duty tape. So this tape, this is clear packing tape. What?
But you can see it so well.
Yeah, that you can see. I'm just imagining that I pulled it out for you. Hey now, not that kind of channel. Here's why clear packing tape. That's just 2 layers, and look at how well it's holding itself up. Duct tape will not do that. Duct tape does not do that, just, you know, like 2 layers of thickness. Doesn't happen. Duct tape is very floppy, so no duct tape, no packing tape. This stuff here actually holds its shape really well. By the time you get 3 layers on going different directions, it's a very strong form. But get heavy duty packing tape. Don't get normal packing tape. Okay, I think I'm caught up on comments. Linda, I hope you got good plaster. I saw you went to Oklahoma City. That's great. Well, you're already taped up. You won't need it much.
The trick is the right part.
Yeah, we're practically making you into a tourniquet.
Yeah. I ain't got time to bleed. Well, the thing is, when you cut me through the tape, you put more tape on.
Yeah, tape it up.
Yeah.
Where's the Band-Aid?
Yeah.
At least throw a little super glue in there. How's it breathing, buddy? Okay.
Yeah, it does get tight on the chest a little bit. And this is not, even though it's clear, even though Phil's face is wide open, this is not for anyone who's claustrophobic.
Feel like you're wearing a suit of armor.
And also, this is not a time to mess with your model, all right? This is not a time to break out smelling salts or itching powder or something like that. This is, you know, you want to respect the person or you have some control over it. Even more so than like an alginate head cast or something. An alginate head cast, you can freak out and rip it off. But this is not something that Phil can rip off easily once he freaks out. I have a technique for cutting him out of this, which works really well and keeps him pretty safe. Right, that's why I've got extra folks here. How do you know when you're done? Because you do 3 layers. You do a layer around, you do a layer up and down, you do another layer around. 3 layers, you're done. Okay, all this.
Yeah, that's
This
a great
is,
movie.
hey Rob,
Yeah.
did you do all this?
I'm getting there. Just listen.
Okay, please don't do that. Put one piece on, smooth one piece. Please don't try and go back and smooth back 5 layers of tape. That's just going to become a wad.
Okay.
Yeah, you kind of got to do one piece at a time. Make sure it's smooth. Even if you got to break it down into 6 to 8 inch pieces.
I got it right back here.
Right.
This is why Ken does the way
What's he?
he cuts out long strips
Yeah.
one at a time.
I don't even like doing a long strip. I prefer to do it this way. So if I need a 4 inch piece, I can just use it. You know?
Yeah.
I'm going to do extra around his wrist because I need that to be very strong. And now that I know I've got it nice and flat up against his wrist, If the outside's a little bunchy, it'll be on the finished mannequin. But I don't want it to be bunchy and not touching him. Okay, has anybody done up and down on this arm?
Really?
Well, did you do it? Did you go up and down with tape on this arm?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yes.
Okay.
So did it be another around again?
Now I have to go around again.
You start going up and down on the back.
Yes, because I did up and down, you did around. Great. The areas you want to watch out for are the shoulders. You want to make sure that those get covered well, because those sometimes get lost. Watch out for armpits. People skip armpits because they're hard.
Good?
I don't know. I can't. I mean, I know that you're talking about it.
Pressure. Yeah, so here's why we kind of assign up and down and around, so that we don't ever have a mystery of did I do this? Because if there's a mystery, you do it again. And we don't want to fill, which Phil is really looking forward to.
What's that arm at? Is that right there? Good?
Feel like a member of the village.
High collar.
Yeah.
Elizabethan Phil.
I can do some lace.
Am I not lazy?
I'm heading down on the waist.
You're good. By the way, just drop it.
It is, it's stabbing. Okay.
Yeah, if you drop your pokey thing, you could stab Phil's foot, and that'd be bad.
Yeah.
Hey, David Williams. No, I don't use bandage scissors. I use a razor blade, and I use a super sharp razor blade. I'm not kidding. I will, but that's the best way to do it.
Alan is very fond of his razor blades.
Man, I love me some good razor blades. They're awesome. If the neck is just around, but it's 2 layers or so, 3 layers, I'm happy.
Oh, it's good.
Okay.
I would lift my arm so I can check, but
Here's where we poke the fill to check for proper doneness.
375, 2 hours.
Yeah.
I have not gone up and
About an
down
hour
on the
and a
chest.
half.
Head on to the chest.
I'd have to slow.
Hey, quit that. Quit that.
All day.
Stay still.
I wanted to check how stiff my arm is.
8 hours when you can touch it.
You saying that's slower?
Slow.
I would assume that people recipes are similar to pork recipes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, about an hour per pound at 250. But once we debone it, it's not going to be 100. It's not going to be.
What?
Your,
After
What is-
cleaning,
what is
after
that?
cleaning
What else
that,
you got?
your head alone was 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Your brain went from it. Once we get all that.
I feel like all together, I give them all the exercise. It's like, yeah, that's really cool. I'll leave it down.
Little nice marble.
It's fine.
Just play it.
Hey, Rob, take this.
Yes.
Don't suck it in. We're going to round that bottom edge a couple times.
Do you want one of your. What are they called? Straight razor? Or this one?
That'll work. And actually, I think it's almost time to start getting fill out. It is not thick packing tape. It is heavy duty packing tape. This is Scotch heavy duty packing tape from, well, I happen to get it from Staples. Heavy duty. That is heavy duty packing tape. Yes. Halloween Dad is wondering if you would would you like something to drink?
I'm good, thank you.
He's afraid he's going to have to pee,
I don't want
which he doesn't want one of us to help him.
Right. They have cold hands.
And I said I would help him.
I would totally.
Yeah, I got a bunch of tongs on the door. Yeah, I'd help him out.
I don't want. But thank you, Helen.
Use a tong. No.
All right.
I just pants and be like, good luck.
So now, here is my trick for getting Phil out.
Bust out a skill set.
I wouldn't put that past.
Oh yeah, no. Then you just run. Like in the cartoon. You run so fast that you are out of it.
All right, are we confident that we have up and down everywhere and we have across everywhere?
I feel pretty confident.
You feel confident?
I can't really do much. I feel like C-3PO.
Yeah. Or crash test them.
Yeah.
All right. After this, we can head down to Tachi Station and pick up the power converter.
That's right.
All right, so how many rolls of tape did we use? I killed a roll.
I kill the rule.
So pretty much we use 3 rolls of tape for this part of his body, and then we'll probably use another 3 rolls for his legs. All right, so here's what's happening. Now, I'm going to take this little shtick, and this goes in between the tape and the shirt. Razor blade out, and I just cut it along his spine. But actually, I'm cutting on top of that popsicle stick. And Phil is going to get this huge sigh of relief when it finally, it's gonna, yeah, you'll be able to breathe like never before.
It's like taking off the course.
And Rob would know.
Yeah, never won a course.
Kind of like what you're going through.
How long is it?
Only it stops here.
Right. You know, basically almost.
Right, those corset girls are weak. Now, so
Not 100.
we have created a lovely Phil stew. I'm going to put on some gloves.
They're up there, man.
You don't like that backflip?
Here I go.
Why don't you tie your gloves way up there?
I did it because I was.
How did you even get up there?
Jesus.
Oh.
I bet he threw them.
Yeah,
I did not. I climbed things in the shop.
like a spider.
So tonight's shop night was catered by Chick-fil-A
Heck yeah.
because I didn't want to make my wharf wife hard extra hard. My wife work extra hard. Wharf wife.
She is fierce like a flame.
She is fierce.
A paint stick would work also, but it's very thick. And why I don't like paint stir sticks is they have squared off edges. And those squared off edges can dig into my model. And in this case, it's my friend Phil.
Yeah.
And for 20 bucks a week, Phil will be your friend too. That's a Good Morning Facebook post. And I'm just kidding. Phil never messages me on Facebook.
That's not true. I ask you if I can get rid of stuff all the time.
Yeah, all right, he messages me for work because Phil runs the warehouse at dark hour.
I love taking stuff apart.
Okay, so see that stick in there? See that popsicle stick? I go in here and I just cut along that stick. Now I'm not going to cut the person.
Unless he really, really asks for it.
Until, like this popsicle stick is getting a little tired because I've cut right down the middle of it a couple times. Taking it out of the game, putting a new popsicle stick into the game. A little bit less pressure on you, right, Phil?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And this, I can actually feel cool air.
We're getting to the magical part. All right. Deep breaths, Phil. Deep breath. Ah, isn't that nice? Okay, and it seems like he would be able to get out of this now, but normally you have to cut all the way down the sleeves. But it's an easy tape back up. So I'm going to not use a stick for this part because I'm just going to put my hand back here. Once I get to there, I'm going back to my stick method. The only issue I'm really running into is I'm bunching up the fabric in front of the popsicle stick. And where it gets most dangerous is when I'm cutting right here down by the wrist, because I could easily run through and cut his hand. So I'm being very careful. One arm out. It's loose enough. I think we can go scissors for this part. No, I don't draw markers on the tape so I can stick it back together. It's pretty easy to do by eye because all the wrinkles and stuff will line up. How you feeling, Phil?
No.
He's diabetic. I'll try and kill him.
He needs to regulate. How to be so close to me?
I don't know, honey mustard and the carbs from the bread and chicken. Honey mustard.
Okay. I don't actually like anything about
All right, so now we can have Phil just step out of this. Back it up, Phil. Back it up, Phil.
Ta-da!
All right, we're going to set this off to the side.
It's a weird sound.
But look at how well that holds up. That, I mean, that's just 3 layers of tape, but it holds its own shape really well. So, duct tape, 3 layers, would not do this. It's a little
I think
floppier.
when I did it, I had about at least 6. At least.
About 6 layers.
And I didn't have arms, so I had to go back and refill in all the holes for the arms and the lower part of the tip.
That sounds terrible.
It was the process.
Okay, and I'm going to take that back together later. I'm letting Phil's sweat leave it. So Phil, how you doing?
Good.
You want to pee or anything before we start your legs?
No, I think we're good.
You should.
Okay.
I'm gonna stretch a little bit off camera.
Yeah, Phil's going to do some off-camera stretching to make sure he's in good shape. Completely off. Never mind. Yeah, don't do that. What? Did I
I
what?
don't need that. That's YouTube Premium.
I'm YouTube Premium. I'm going to use this body form to make a Demi-Gorgon. But Demi-Morgan, right, not a Demogorgon. Those things are copyrighted. A Demi-Morgan. But the names are similar, so I screw them up sometimes. So this, I'm going to build that bodysuit off of this. And I'll do live videos for that too, so no worries, y'all.
He's doing his Halo work. Play a lot of Halo?
I did back in the day.
Yeah. It's like, we're not actually doing anything, let's play war.
Yeah.
I'm a big Borderlands guy.
I do love
You're a
this
good
game.
man, Scott. Thanks for the heavy duty packing tape link. I appreciate that.
I do love me some Borderlands. I'm
Three's
still
coming
playing
out in
two.
September.
What's that?
Three's coming out in September.
Yeah, packing tape would work really well. It does work well. It's a real solid body.
I was gonna say I'd jump on
I had one way.
Probably still have.
Yeah, duct tape doesn't have as much integrity, a good word, as the
I still play two.
doesn't have as much integrity as the packing tape. It's a very rigid tape.
I have it.
Whenever I do like any sort of crazy or consultation, whatever, I check
Okay,
a lot of.
there you go. So now Halloween Dad knows what we're using this for. Phil is back
Have you seen
Hey.
from out of space.
I just walked in and somebody there that's a look like face.
From some other YouTube things that you've done.
Yes, it is for the mask I've been working on, but the upside is I'm going to have this mannequin in my shop forever. So I'll be able to use this for all kinds of costume making and pattern making and all that.
You can put my clothes on it when I'm not around.
Right, yeah, I can dress it up like Phil and talk to him. I'm going to fill this with foam. I'm going to fill this with the same... Hi, Nora! Say hi to Nora. Say hi to Nora. You don't know who Nora
I
is.
don't know.
You mean her-
Joshua doesn't know who Nora is. But, hi Nora. We all know who you are. Anyway. Yeah, I'll use this for all kinds of stuff around the
I
shop.
love her. She's
All
awesome.
right.
So, probably want to move these out a little bit now. I'm assuming, so that.
Well, I want you to have balance points.
Right, you want me to be able to stand with my legs more spread, or is this?
No, that's perfectly fine. Because that's what the actor on stilts is going to be standing
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
So that's how I want it. Don't lock your knees.
Yeah. No.
If you lock your knees, you'll pass out, and then Rob will draw things on your face
And
with
the
the
sharp
Sharpie.
attention before.
You know where the Sharpies are. So, let me get the reins laid out of your way. Tape for you, tape for you. Let's start with the ups and downs. It's later.
No, it's fine.
I got blamed for something I wasn't even in the building for.
So, what we have to do now, this valley right here under Phil's belly is a good indexing point. So, the top came down past that indexing point. We need to start this up here above the indexing point.
Just basically started the sweat line.
A little,
Just
yeah.
over the sweat line.
Just
Yeah,
over
just
the
over.
sweat line.
Do you guys want some gloves?
Yes.
Okay, gloves are right over there
I took care of it.
on the table.
My sweat is clean. Water that's filtered through my body. It's not weird.
Stop making it weird.
So, before you guys got here, you guys being you YouTubers, is I actually did this to one of my headphones. No, I was doing this while you guys were on,
Yeah.
because you asked me where to get it. But let me grab my Skeezors.
It's right there.
Because that game is a lot more fun.
It'd be fun.
What's my tape on?
Oh. We're about to get into it.
Come to the crown of the head and make sure I cut it through there.
I like it. That's fun.
This is a lot easier than doing this on a person. You can do this part on a person, but it's harder.
Because they have to breathe.
They die,
Yeah.
and then they won't roll over when you ask them to
Yeah.
and stuff.
If you're a mortician, then I'm sure the stuff is easier. It's a ghost face.
Ghostface killer.
And this one, it was sweat.
Yeah.
Or sweated with Phil.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Filled with sweat. Oh.
I know, it's great.
all right. So now this one you'll see me
Oh, this is
seal
wonderful.
up. I'm just gonna tape it up the back.
You're in the good spot.
I'm in the best spot.
I think we're
Well,
both.
here's the thing. It gets better the faster you wrap.
Hey, listen. Chick-fil-A said, "Hey, do you want coleslaw for all this?" I'm like, "No, cabbage is not a good idea." Yeah. Yeah, fill cabbage
It's so good for digestion.
and then soak him in a plastic bag. Let him marinate for a
You
while.
put it like that.
Quick,
No, thanks.
get some boiled eggs and some broccoli going on. We're
Oh,
good to go.
yeah.
I almost had one rinse this morning.
I'm so glad you did. All right, so I'm
So a non-impatient
Fine.
man would not try to just go straight down the seam in the first whack. He'd probably just tape it together like this.
Okay.
get it
Yeah,
right. You
yeah.
know which way the wind blows.
Go wrap a little bit higher.
A little bit higher, bud. A little bit higher. I'll start that run.
It's basically the, I guess, the top second.
And you might want to do the
Groin.
Crotchal area.
up, yeah, split the difference, so to speak.
You just did all that on camera.
Technically, a lot of that was off camera, and these people have seen me do far worse. I
Oh,
assure
okay.
you.
That's right.
I'm so glad YouTube wasn't around when I was younger.
No kidding.
Me
Man.
too. It's already hard enough to find good
Yeah.
videos.
All your furniture's about to be in the same room. Oh boy.
Yeah, so with your model on when you're doing their legs, make sure they don't keep their legs locked in one position for too
Don't lock your
long.
knees, you will pass out.
Oh, I know.
You could pass
I
out.
know.
They told me that on the day of my wedding.
I've witnessed it firsthand.
Really?
Not, I mean, like I watched somebody else pass out.
Just from walking?
That's what firsthand means.
Well, as opposed to like actually being the one to pass out.
Oh,
A friend of mine actually, he was in JROTC.
I guess that'd be witnessing it first person.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, a friend of mine was at detention. JROTC, passed out and actually chipped one of his teeth.
Dan Caro used to pass out all the time,
Sounds about it.
just like for no reason
Yeah.
at random.
Because
Terrible.
he's Sleepy Dan.
Well, he used to be sickly. He's healthier now.
Guy looks like he drinks meat.
That's fine.
For a second, I'm like, Sleepy Dan. Is that a band name? It's Steely Dan.
Yeah. That's him now, right?
Steely Dan, yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Or when he was a criminal.
Right. That was Klepto-y Dan.
Yeah. Of course he was.
Thievery Dan.
Phoebe Dan.
Okay, so I am watching for comments. It is a good idea for a project. Well, I'm glad you learned a lot from this.
Well, like,
Sculpting forms, very good.
Learning a lot about film like this.
for one of our shows, we even used the
We know a lot about ourselves.
clear wrapped hands
We are with
for ghost bits.
Phil.
Oh, yeah, we
With
did.
Phil.
Yeah.
How comfortable you are with Phil? All the awkward.
Not awkward for me.
No, if you're awkward, if all of a sudden you're like,
All right, so I want to make a point about something that I just did.
Just so you know, we do have a
oh,
Something that I just did that I might want to make a little point about.
well, do you want to try and wrap that hole?
Okay.
Things you don't hear very often.
This
I'm not.
Okay,
This
I've got an
Look at
idea.
that
is someone else's work.
We'll get to it.
Richard Teach Out did a life cast, made a mold, made a cast. Richard made this at Asylum Props.
If you bring it
I
back
just made a
outside,
copy
I'll
of it.
pass to you.
And I did not I kind of duplicated it. I made a very rough copy. There's no face detail in there. And that's why I feel like this is okay. Because I could do this with Phil's head. It's just more convenient for me not to have to poke a saran wrap hole in the mouth and then do the head. I do that a lot. And I've got a video on my YouTube channel called Boiler Room Body. And in that, I do a whole person with this same tape method.
Tight.
So Boiler Room Body, if you want to see that. But this here, it's pretty solid. You know, this is going to be nice. I'm going to foam fill this, but I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it on Phil's torso, so that they join together and they're friends, and then we tape them all up, and then I can flip it over and fill it with foam. And then I will actually saw off the arms and put them on with PVC pipe so that I can take the arms off, put the arms back on, and all that.
You can't have a lot of shame or honesty.
I mean, technically, humans shouldn't have a much shame.
We don't.
Yeah, so I'm kind of leaving the camera off of you while there is junk touchery happening over here, but well, there'll be more.
We've kept that to a minimum.
Don't worry, you're not missing
graphic,
much.
folks. You're not missing much.
Well, when it's finished, it's going to be a very durable mannequin. It'll be a really hard foam mannequin. I'm going to use the fence post foam from Home Depot to fill it up, the Silka foam.
That stuff.
And if you wanted to, over top of that, you could put a layer of fiberglass cloth. You could do a layer of Bondo, whatever you wanted to do on top of it. It's as durable as I need it to be. I am going to be fine with the foam. So, yeah.
So in the long run, how much cheaper is it to make one of these versus buying a dress form?
A dress form is a completely different animal. There's no arms, there's no legs.
I think you can buy.
It's not a viable option. And also, like a nice body like this with real human proportions, you're looking at, you know, $800,
Yeah.
you know, to be made out of the right materials. Mannequins are never in the right pose. You can buy a mannequin, chop it up, fiberglass it back together, and do that, but that'll actually cost you more. I'm going to have about $130 in materials in this after the foam. I got $30 in tape and saran wrap, and I'm fine with that. I was very disheartened after seeing my body cast for the first time. Like, man, it looks like Danny DeVito. It's terrible.
Oh.
But because there was no feet, it's shorter. You know what I mean? So it just looks way worse.
You're way taller than Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. Get it?
Oh,
Get it?
you're so clever.
So clever.
You're so funny.
Do I get the word?
Yeah. Yes, you get all kinds of unreciprocal crotch touching. That's really cool.
I like how you specify unreciprocal.
However, I did consent.
That's why there's video, Phil. No going back on your word, buddy. Of course he wanted it. Did you see how he was dressed?
Oh no.
Plastic Speedo.
It's like you could have done this in just
Of course I can fill the head with plaster. Now, it's not going to have, like, all the details. It could, if I did little, like, 1-inch pieces of tape all over it. You could actually get really good detail with this method. I didn't. I just need that rough human head.
Phil's got a pretty good
Phil? You must be really attractive. Because Joyce just said this would be a dream job.
Oh, thanks, Joyce.
Maybe she means special effects work, but she could also mean wrapping you in
I'll take it as a
plastic.
compliment. Thank
Yeah,
you,
we
Joyce.
don't
That's
know.
very kind
Or
of
she
you.
might be a really big Dexter fan.
She could be a Dexter fan. That's true.
Or she just likes saran wrap. Go down just above my foot.
Yeah, I think I'm top names. Over gnarly old hobbit feet.
They're not gnarly. I take care of them.
They're not even that hairy.
Sorry. Phil is modeling his crotch for someone. Yes, that's what's happening. Skullbird is on, so you know that.
Man.
Yeah.
Well,
No Vienna sausage.
Oh, Joyce did specify the special effects part is what she thought would be a dream job. Not necessarily wrapping Phil in plastic.
Well,
I'm sure there are people watching who would enjoy wrapping you in plastic. So this is Chris Morales.
Or me alive.
Hey, Josh.
Yes.
Chris Morales just asked if there was a school for special effects makeup.
There is.
Why don't you tell him what you've been doing for the past year of your life or
So
more?
I spent 2 years at Homeless Education Center in close to the Pittsburgh area, taking Tom Savini's special makeup effects program. It's a 2-year course, 16 months to be exact, and you learn how to basically do everything. You do sculptures, you do mold making, you make masks, you make prosthetics, you make stuff like this. You make eyes and teeth and lots of fun stuff. So if you want to learn special effects, I would go and check out the Douglas Education Center.
And he is not paid to say that. You are currently a happy.
Make prosthetic teeth. I can go to a dental lab and make teeth. So I've got a wide variety of skills other than special, because the skills that I learned are transferable. Transferable, I guess.
So you can make glass eyes. I went to your Facebook page today. Looked at some of y'all still.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. I also was like, hey, you know Jordan Merrill too.
Yes, I did. I did get to meet Jordan.
He's
Okay, so there we go. You asked. I had a graduate here. I used to actually work for the Joe Blasco School in Orlando, Florida. I was their advanced prosthetics model, and I was in many body casts, like full alginate. I was in, have my head casted about 30 sometimes. Yeah. The problem is when you do it that often, you get used to it, and I would nod off. I'd fall asleep. I was very comfortable.
It's like actors fall asleep in the makeup chair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. How's that feel? Hot?
I'm still sure that there is a problem.
Any tips on foam filling a mask with horns?
There's a hole right
Just the same way you foam fill any mask, really. I don't know what,
Someone's got to do it, Adam.
you have an extra question there.
How close to friends are you?
I'm
Well,
going
why
in.
don't you send me a YouTube message or a Facebook message or whatever with some pictures,
3 hours.
I guess just go straight.
and then I can talk you through your specific issue or incident or whatever it is. I'd be happy to help, but I would need specifics. Because, you know, everything's a little bit different.
Well, at this point, you're just surrender.
I'm not really bothered by it.
You're not getting the funk of 40,000 years.
Remember I used to see if I could drag.
The funk of 40,000 years.
You're not a drag.
Probably fun for 45 minutes.
Right.
That
40,000 seconds.
that I know of.
Sometimes 4 to 5 minutes.
Think we're about good? It's not too tight, so.
I'm gonna get one more run under.
And we need to go all the way down to his ankles, guys.
Well, yeah, and it needs to go above my belly button.
Yeah, it also has to go higher than his belly button.
And I
Remember
think-
that indexing point that I showed you? You guys are
Maybe
below
rolled
that.
down as they were going.
Don't lose your head.
Everybody? Josh?
Mine is 2 points from slithering. That was a terrible joke. I dropped this. He said, "Don't lose your head." Ah.
That's it.
So that is not how they'll fit
Let's run this
together.
a couple of times.
But
Yeah, a little bit higher.
I have no idea how long I've been on the air, but that links, like if I say, because he's watched a lot
Yeah.
and he knows what I'm talking about. So if
Yeah.
if we're talking about, he just put a link up to the Tom Savini School.
Nice.
Awesome, thank you. That was a great school.
I'm also going to recommend the Stan Winston School of Character Arts, which is a online video course, but they also have classes in California you can go to on different things. It is a wonderful course as far as being a video course. Working.
I am
You can
actually-
still write the tape.
I actually enrolled.
You enrolled in the Dick Smith course?
In the basic
I was
course.
in the Dick Smith course too for, so for the Dick Smith course. And that was basically, you did work, you got assignments, you did work, and you went back and forth, and then he'd write you letters and, talk about your pictures, and it's a real good correspondence course.
Yeah.
because it was like old school mail based.
Yeah,
It was
it's kind of like the old school thing.
But Stan Winston is that kind of next evolution where it's videos. You can pay for a membership throughout the year.
Up and down on this way.
You know what? I should reach out to them and get them to sponsor my channel because I do talk about them quite a bit.
Yeah, Mario's
Mike, not as disappointed as you would be if you saw one 2 years ago, because Mike has lost a lot of weight, Mr. Woodwork. And there's a link for the Stan Winston School, which is amazing. I pay the $300 a year to watch all the videos online that I want.
A lot of us Savinis will also watch Stan Winston as well,
Yeah.
because there's just a lot of knowledge to be gained from just a variety of instructors. Don't just go to one instructor and say you're done. You learn it, because 10 artists will have 10 different ideas on one day.
You didn't want to get a drink from us when you had no arms? Oh, okay. Not instructional.
Well, maybe. I've known you for almost 15 years now. Still remember that time
So now, Phil is going to tell you guys a story.
Short one.
He's going to tell you a short story. You got to set it up though and how it happened.
Oh, of course.
You know, so set up this whole story about why I'm a terrible person.
So,
I mean, I'm gonna go back up a little bit so they can actually see some of the action.
what was it, like 2009 or 2010? Alan wanted to build a traveling version of the Monster Museum that he has at Scarborough Fair. And he asked me to help him out with it. And we were going to take it to Florida, to the Bay Area Renaissance Festival. And that was going to be the debut of it. And it was really cool. We basically built this giant pentagon. Or octagon. It was an octagon. And we got it all together. We got it loaded into a U-Haul. We almost killed each other twice on the trip. And we got there, and I had this hoodie that I was very fond of because I owned it, and I think he's taking selfies. But it faded to that comfortable flannel shirt quality, and I took it everywhere. And that included the Bay Area Renaissance Festival, where I left it on a tub, and Alan thought that it was just a regular piece of costuming. So he cut. It wasn't anywhere. It was like 5 feet away from the rest of the costume.
It was on top of a giant pile of costuming.
No,
That's where he
was
put
like
it.
5 feet away. And so he cut the hood off and put it on our troll character. So when I went to go find my hoodie,
I gave him a new hoodie. Yeah, because I'm generous and kind. But yeah. So don't store your cherished family heirloom clothing on top of piles
near
of
Alan
costuming.
Hobbs, near him,
Or
at
near
all.
me, yeah.
Because he'll turn anything into a costume.
Being my friend means wearing paint-proof clothing.
That's
Pretty much all the time.
And carrying your own respirators.
Yeah, bring a respirator. It's a party.
Forgot to realize that.
I know.
Okay.
I bent my legs a little bit for you, but I really can't.
No, we're good.
Alan is currently snuggling up to my body cast. I now slightly regret doing this. He's about to have a full me.
It's a Phil! It's a Phil.
I want the edge.
Okay.
Being a haunter means never being bored.
Nope. Get bored, you're doing it wrong.
All right, so now that they're in the clear section, where what they're doing looks imaginary, I will take over for a little while. Grab another roll of tape.
They're just randomly petting parts of my legs.
Yes, now that the crotch is done, Alan's willing to help out.
I'm helping you out. I'm working on his torso.
Alan has been to my crotch before.
I'm sure he has.
He served his time.
This ain't my first rodeo.
Who says special effects is glamorous?
We've shared many
Glamorous.
awkward apologies.
Many of them. I'm sorry, was that yours?
I think I'm if I were gonna try and walk in this after it was finished, it'd be like the little aliens from Toy Story. But this kind of goes side to
Little
side.
waddle.
Yeah. I bet I can pull it off.
You know what? I'm going to actually brag on an actor, and you'll get this. I did an exercise in Atlanta, not Atlanta, Alabama. Arts Mortis. Wait.
Was it Warehouse or Arts?
Yeah, it was Arts Mortis Haunted House. That's where we were last. And the exercise, everybody got a card with an animal name on it.
Yeah.
And no one else knew what their animal was. And that animal's movement had to influence a zombie.
Okay.
And I gave out some that were kind of tough, like octopus,
Yeah.
penguin.
Yeah.
The penguin zombie was awesome because he walked, and this is how he moved. And I'm like, I could see penguin in that.
Yeah.
And it was just, I love that exercise, and it went really well that time.
Good exercise.
But you talking about waddling made me think of the penguins in Batman Returns. And how
Oh, that's
kind of well, not Batman Returns. The second Batman Returns.
Yeah.
It's Batman Returns. Not Nolan, but Burton.
Right.
Yeah.
And how terrible those penguins really looked, walking down into the water.
I mean,
It's like,
for
yeah, those are
their
dudes in
time.
suits.
For their time, they were pretty good.
They were real people.
They were not real penguins, Rob.
He was fooled.
No, I saw a documentary on it. I thought they were
Rob has poor penguins in. Very funny thing I saw recently is that Benedict Cumberbottom,
Yeah.
yeah, that guy,
Yeah. Banana cucumber.
he doesn't say the word penguin well,
Penguin.
and now he's afraid of it. He
Yeah.
says the word penguin.
Penguin.
Penwings.
Somehow they need to be those laughing at us.
If I get the wrist to line up with tape,
Previous versions of
and I get back here to line up, it should be pretty easy to get the rest to line up.
What?
Oswald.
I'm gonna grab another set of gloves because inside of there is kind of gross.
I'm right here.
I will freely admit I'm a huge fan.
I'll just go with that. You would? Who's your favorite Batman? Yeah.
Skullberg says, watch out when Rob is rubbing on your crotch.
I was.
Why are you jealous, Goldberg?
You act like he hasn't been there. You were like, who?
I like Jeff.
Man.
But, but,
Batman,
Versus the Man.
well, no, he's fighting three folks. He's fighting Man-Bat up in the air, Clayface on the ground, and then in the sewer, he's fighting Killer Croc.
Nice. Yeah.
You take all
But
the
that's
most
basically, you're
monstrous
just,
ones.
yeah, you're just going monster movie. Over
Heck yeah, that's like the
Batman
Halloween
Monster
Batman movie.
Yeah.
That could be an awesome movie, though.
It could. It definitely could. Well, and it would really. It stopped focusing on all the political aspects of Batman.
See, my favorite Batman story is Long Halloween.
I haven't read it yet, but Hush is my favorite.
Hush is good.
All right, I'm now gloved up.
Hush is
I'm ready for Phil juice.
I love the fact that he doesn't care about
I'm ready for Phil juice. Do, 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 do.
So this literally just wants to prove his point.
I'm not exactly in body tape form myself right
There's still the back.
now. But I am working on it.
We haven't gotten to the grass on the front. Ninja go, ninja go.
Is that from Kids Thing Rob?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Ninja Go?
Yeah.
It's from
okay.
Teenage
Well,
Mutant.
It's Go Ninja Go Ninja Go.
Yeah.
It's from The Secret to Use.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the bad one.
Vanilla Ice is. Wait, it had Bebop and Rocksteady.
Not
It did.
Not their best film.
Well, sure, but it still happened.
If you can handle their Michael Bayness, the new Ninja Turtles movies aren't
It
terrible.
wasn't bad. It wasn't the worst.
Rights to him.
They don't.
They don't because he pre-existed.
Yeah. told me it was the actual stuff.
I think Elias Platius, or however you say his name, I think he was a fun case.
From the
Original?
Yeah, no, he was a lot of good.
Yeah, he was pretty
A lot
good.
of good. He was really good.
There's so many ZMZ villains they bring in movies, they always stick with the same old guys.
Well, because those are the core.
I mean, bring in Rat King.
I think what they have to do is do a successful reboot first.
You remember,
It's like
Bugman from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baxter Stockman.
Yeah, Baxter.
I played the hell out of
The
them.
Flash.
I've got,
Shellhead, the bad turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that the robotic one?
No.
Because there was a robotic one.
Yeah, there's-
Baxter Stockman. Not really, it's third now. They're rebooting, they're both right.
Why?
What?
Is he gonna be a live action movie?
No, it's a comic book actually. And the Flintstones just got rebooted as a comic book too.
Why?
It's all political because
It's not even relevant.
Fred fought the Paleolithic Wars, so they deal with his PTSD all through the comic.
Are you being serious?
I'm dead serious.
What?
Yeah,
Flintstones?
it's actually really well.
It was in the Paleolithic Wars, so I guess it's basically they're just doing political commentary on it with it.
Yep. Actually, people have been really impressed with it.
Interesting.
I have not read it. I was listening to NPR on the way here.
Wasn't it originally meant to like promote wigs and cigarettes?
They did, yes.
Yes, they did.
Like it was one of the first grown-up movies.
Also, before this, until The Simpsons, the longest running, one of the longest running sitcoms ever, too.
Yeah.
Which, growing up, I never knew the Flintstones was a sitcom. I was like, I just thought it was a cartoon. I realized it was
I mean,
a freaking sitcom. And
What?
it's just a honey.
yeah. You gotta have a good time. Like that a good time. They're modern.
I like the choice you made with your forces.
Yeah.
Rob, we're on the air, buddy. You don't say stuff like that.
Oh.
They call me Worman.
Oh, Erwin!
Worman. That's what you do when you're just standing around for an hour.
It's the quality stuff that you guys tune in for right here.
Right here. Live.
Wormhead Phil. Right there.
Worman. My name is Worman Monster.
So listen, if guys who are taping, if his head pops fully out, back off the crotch area a little
We're
bit.
done.
Work the calves, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Work the cast.
Yeah.
Sorry any of you guys had to see that.
Oh, there it is.
It won't be tonight. I probably won't phone fill this tonight. I'll probably start tonight, but I will not get it all done tonight. You will see the process. Today's Thursday.
Yeah. So what, Tuesday?
Probably Sunday evening, I'll be doing the phone filling on this. Scott Colhart says that Rob has to go timeout.
Rob, put a link for timeout.
There's no link for timeout.
You say that.
I think it's probably a timeout movie.
He's gonna find one.
He's gonna find it.
Because Scott is a hero.
You're a kid, man.
Not the hero we wanted, but the hero we needed.
He's a hero we deserve.
Rob doesn't deserve it.
I don't know. My life was a litany of getting worse.
Yeah, there is that.
So when you were doing that near my ankle, I thought you were trying to get me to move my foot out, and I was like, I can't.
I wasn't trying
No,
to-
Phil, he's just working.
We're just.
Well, it was just this little patting, and I was like, is he trying to pat me to get my leg to move?
No.
No, I figured that
We're
out.
looking for open spots. Yeah, do me a favor, check your crotch for me and see if there's any holes in it.
It's a little low, but there's
Yeah.
no.
I mean,
That's
we know
fine,
it's-
but
we
that's
know
fine.
it's low.
It's fine.
Do you want me to go there?
No,
You could actually give Phil some tape, and he can
it's already. We're good.
It's done. We got it.
plastic up the hoo-ha.
It's
Okay.
The who's been hot.
Dude, it's been hot. All right, time for a round and around we go.
Is that the up and down done?
Yep.
Yeah. This is the third one, right?
No.
The second one?
Yep.
Alright, next.
Yep.
So guys, before the rounds and rounds always go faster. It's just easier to do it that way. So I normally do a round first, so I get to do 2 of those layers and not 2 up and down layers.
Yeah.
So I now have Phil's body all taped back together. Now it's all one piece again. And you have a real hard time finding names aside from really looking at it in the light to get it. But you can also probably see why I've made ice bodies out of this. It's a good body form. You know, it's nice and solid.
Hear the ocean?
I can hear the ocean.
That's just a sweat slosh around.
That's the sweat. I was wrong. All right. That's perspiration, not the ocean.
Respiration.
Still good.
Definitely have a sun bottom.
This is,
I got a lovely butt.
yeah, we need to do a little bit of butt lift there.
Yeah.
Rob, same deal. If Josh is reaching around the front and leaves it lumpy, help him out and say, listen, we got to straighten this and smooth it out.
It also appears to have.
Slid down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we had it.
You're working on a project for prosthetic arms that extend. What could be lighter materials for detailed cutway? Make your arms out of carbon fiber. That's the lightest, strongest material. That's the easiest way to do it. Carbon fiber.
How hard is that?
And you can use actuator extender motors to push them out. The same kind that operate telescoping antennas on cars.
Problem is like now you need to like.
Yes,
What's that?
Oh, well, now that I have suspenders, we need to actually cover my belly and then do the suspenders.
No, the suspenders will hold up it up from the outside.
But are you good with how low it is? Because my belly button is here now.
It's
It's past it's right at the registration, so we're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, because
So we're fine. But yes,
And
it is
also-
definitely sliding down.
that saggy gap is probably the same distance.
It's possible.
It should be.
Yeah.
Theoretically,
You have like, there's your butt and there's this weird fold of plastic under your butt.
Yeah.
Which is filling with fluid.
My second gap. You're the one that gets to cut it.
I've actually taught the technique. Now it's time for Rob to learn how to do the technique.
If I pee in this, will it all just stay?
Yeah,
no, it'll run
it
down
will.
your
It'll
way.
probably come
Maybe.
up out of the top if you peed in there.
Well, we'll find any gaps that we missed.
That's fine.
It would probably come out of the top.
Sorry, you two.
That's
Don't
how-
make a fountain, okay?
Here.
I'm gonna live my best life.
That was gross. Alright, so I don't want to watch that train wreck over there anymore. Neither do you, I'm sure. I'm going to figure out how to attach this head to this body.
Not long.
Stop clenching! We need this to be natural.
Can't help.
Okay.
Here getting taped up by a couple of L's. You're like a Christmas present.
Or a boot.
If I'm wrapping you, it's obviously not for me. Ah!
I don't know that.
Rob has found himself very amusing right now. For some reason. Do you need sleep, Rob? Are you okay?
That's my secret cap. I always need sleep.
What is that?
Okay.
To make this a little more seamless, I'm going to split the back of the head again, right on that big old split line.
I'm just gonna do the crotch first. So get that out of the way.
Might want to give him a little.
And that'll give me the flexibility I
Chopping
need
list.
because I'm attaching the inside of this neck to the outside of Phil's neck.
Chicken China.
You know what?
Hey, actually.
What I see is how well that lines up.
And up we go.
Phil, are you on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just checking.
Look at them faces. Ooh, I could watch Alan's.
Well, no, don't do that. It hurts the stream. We would bog down a lot.
Yeah.
Don't cross the streams.
Looks like my internets, man. Look at that. I've only got 12 internets.
That's definitely the grossest thing I've seen all day.
What's that? Don't tell us. I don't want to.
It's a food related gross. It's not a.
How easily accessible would you like SpaghettiOs?
What's that now?
How easily would you like access your SpaghettiOs? Would you like them in ice cube form? So you just drop them in water?
All right. Somebody tell a story.
Hey, tell them about that one time that you got really drunk and MHC story.
No. You get drunk with these people once and you never hear the end.
He gets drunk with everybody else. Well, he gets drunk and then comes back to the room at MHC and you can't get him to stop talking for 3 hours. And it's already 11 o'clock at night. I don't even remember what the stories were, but man, he wouldn't stop. I asked him to, and then I told him to. And then I threw a pillow at him.
I was pretty drunk.
It was good times.
I drank, what, a whole handle of bourbon?
Something like that.
It
It was a good amount. Something.
We gotta go up and down.
No.
Man.
Where did my rules go?
I don't know. I think it's but guess what? We got one right.
So when I first met Alan in 2003 and worked for him for the first time, he paid me to get shot with paintballs. And our armor was so if you know that plastic matting, I'm sure Scott can link it for us. The plastic floor mat that you get for office chairs so that it doesn't mess up the carpet. We basically cut that up and zip tied that together, and that was our paintball armor.
That wasn't the original armor.
No, because
That was the best working armor.
Mark II was the kitchen matting that had the little strips in it, so that when the paintballs hit it, they would break instead of just punching through the office matting. The great thing about that matting is that it also has little spikes in it to keep it in place on the floor, and then stab you every time you get shot. It's a great time.
Okay, so almost everybody else used 2 layers of it, and you put the spikes in between the 2. Lassiter. Hello, Dave. There you go. All right.
So me.
The torso is coming along nicely.
you have a stabby thing on the floor.
Have a what? Oh,
Stabby
yeah.
thing on the floor.
Okay.
Huh?
What?
I said this part is not
Did you steal my tape?
Right there. Is it a scar? Was that just...
No, it's probably a scar. My head's covered in.
It's the first one I've seen.
This one? Oh yeah.
Looks kind of like a tiny horse. Was it from a tiny horse?
I got.
Did you get kicked in the head by a tiny horse?
Now my cousins are a horseshoe artist.
Oh. I guess that's close enough.
Took 12 stitches.
Man, imagine getting kicked in the head by one of those tiny therapy horses.
Those little horses look too fat to kick anyone.
They, yeah, they have that dead look in their eyes.
Yeah. That's a creepy little horse, man.
It's not therapeutic.
Well, you might want to get better to leave the hospital sooner.
That's fair. To
so
get away,
that horse
to get away
stops
from the
coming
therapy
around.
horse, yeah. It's brilliant.
I still want my therapy halberd.
It's like scarabee. That hasn't been trademarked yet, right? Scarabee? Yeah. We can do that.
We should do that.
Absolutely.
Buy a bunch of tiny horses and take them to places.
We're just going to make the hospital so uncomfortable you want to leave so
Yeah.
you get better.
Imagine how quick recovery time would go.
Don't give away the. Don't give away the gift horse.
You reached for that one, Rob, and I don't think you got there.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I tried.
Yeah, you was just out of a usable punch.
I think I rushed it. I think that was
Yeah,
the problem.
yeah, you should have had it going a little more. You should have led that with like, yes, in the scarabee room, we could have a gift shop
Gift shop.
with a gift horse.
Where you get your gift horses?
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you, everybody. Team effort.
We got that.
We got there. It took help. Sometimes when you're alone from your friends.
That's because puns don't love you, Rob. Some jokes love you, puns never love you.
It's the eternal pull. Looking for something else.
So if I were roller derby,
Hey Josh,
Is that
I got you this.
I wanted my name to be
There you go.
Thank you.
the Punisher,
I got it.
and then have basically like my actually the Punisher skull, but like the eyes would be happy. You're doing awkward prom photos with. Yep. He's gonna dance with it on Sunday.
What am I going to put inside of the body? Foam.
Bones.
I'm gonna
ligaments,
foam fill this.
Muscle.
In just 7 days, I can make you
Clay. What's in the body?
He's never seen Rocky Horror.
Yeah. Why does that surprise you? It's not his kind of.
I thought it was required doing it.
No. Why?
This is
But it's not strictly haunt related. Like the Transylvanian transvestites are like aliens. They're not really monsters. Just because it takes place in a creepy, kooky mansion doesn't mean that it's
Eddie was a Frankenstein.
sure. But it's still sci-fi style.
It is more sci-fi than anything else. Once you get
It's the raunchy sci-fi music. It's fun, but it's not. Actually, the prop in the kitchen, that head in the block
Yeah.
of ice,
Yeah.
was the center's prop from when I did the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, Eddie?
Yeah.
Eddie in the dinner table?
Yeah. Basically, Frankenfurter rises out of the stage on
Yeah.
his pedestal, and it's that block of ice. It's really cool. I welded the stairs for that show. I'm very proud of them. They're spirals.
That's cool.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm opening up the Sika foam from Home Depot. It's an AB foam.
Sex baby.
It's about $11 for this bag.
Oh,
I think I got another bag of this somewhere in here. I'm gonna get a bag in the head right away.
no.
Robert, you just kind of feel.
No.
I feel the pressure.
That was me. Let your head cough.
It does not have a hernia. We're good. Yeah. Think he's good.
Scott
Okay.
Coots, thank you, Scott. This should take 9 packs of this phone. Between 8 and 9 packs of this phone. This should take. I'm cutting this down the middle. The A side and the B side.
Remember, be careful though.
This is keep all the straights.
Okay. I'm cutting your grass.
What happened when I was baby?
Hold on, you're gonna what to this crotch?
Nothing.
He's moiling him.
I'm just, yeah, form fitting, yeah,
Okay.
good.
It's a great smell. I don't know.
The oil is like.
No, I know that. I know that.
But yeah, it's called grease.
Okay.
That
Have a
way,
bite.
getting all weird and funky.
Was that water noise one of your phones?
It was his phone.
Hallelujah. I thought it came out of plastic.
Whoa!
You're welcome.
Hand right into the blade. Oh. Christ on the cracker. Oh, very slick.
Oh, that's okay, I've got enough bread in my hands, I wouldn't have felt it anyway.
Oh.
At least not until I started bleeding all
That's
over.
something you and Alan have in common.
That's because he puts his hand in front of the pizza.
Somebody's watched your videos.
That's, how do you think I met him?
Misfortune. Lost your way.
Yeah, well, you too.
Pinocchio took you to an island.
All right. Did you want me to cut him out?
Do you know how?
Yes.
Where will you make your cuts?
Well, I was going to do it in the back, and I was going to cut here and here. And then, is that wrong?
It's easiest down the outside of each leg.
Okay, that's right.
Do
But
we
yeah.
want to show the camera?
Yeah,
so that they know.
I wouldn't walk around. The more you walk around, the more it's going to slide down your body.
Oh, this is
I would not let you move.
Cheers.
They can't stop me. They can't control me.
You just, might have not before.
Yeah, everything's fun.
Rob your bad at this.
If I,
Well, I wanted to get the legs in, but that's him. And we made him suspenders. Doesn't he look like a Oompa Loompa ship? Somebody said Ugg feet.
That was probably
Skullberg!
You know, what's wrong with my feet?
What's
Michael?
wrong? What's wrong with his feet, Skullberg?
He's not a feet guy.
That's right. I was supposed to remember that for
Forgot.
tormenting.
So yeah, what we have going on here is this slid down a little bit. So we have some sag bottom right here where there's just a little, there's a extraneous flap. I can sand the butt of the foam piece in the end, but it's going to look weird when we pull it out.
Yeah.
Phil's butt is not shaped like that.
You're gonna sand it in the end.
It's just the cast.
It's not bad though.
See, that was a pun.
gravity works. So,
Well, he could sand the butt in the end. That was also.
that's what I was.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you gonna cut me?
Yeah, I'm looking for tongue compressors.
Where's all the wood, Rob? It's all in the same place.
Where my wood at?
We're good, I got it. If I hand you a shark, do you want to do
Got it.
that way we can get Phil out of that faster?
All right, you guys have seen the cutting before. What you haven't seen before, well, you've seen it before if you watch my videos, but foam. Foam, foam, foam. Because I use foam in different area codes. Area codes. Area codes. Like,
What was that, percent?
yeah. Face them out. It's gotta count for something.
That's fair. They were tasty.
It's way tasty.
You know what's gonna taste even better? Butcher shot.
Stop teasing.
I've made equal amounts of A and B, so I'll do 2 little batches of foam.
I just pulled them out.
So, good.
Too trash on.
Okay, so yeah, there's the B is split between these 2 cups, and the A is split between these 2 cups. So I'm gonna take a cup of A and a cup of B, pour them in, and I do not have long to mix, and then I'll dump it in the head.
It's already starting to rise.
I don't want to know which one. Oh, what are you talking about here?
Drop it.
You guys see it increasing in volume? I do.
Nobody cared what it was.
Be careful. Only got tomatoes.
Ah, so when you taped it on my hand.
You can use any kind of AB foam. Go to a special effects store like Mold Life or something, and they will have an AB foam that you can use. I use this because it's readily available and very cheap. It's also inexpensive, which is what's very cheap also in it. So I'll just use the same word twice. I'm going to mix up the second batch right away and put it in there. I don't see any point in waiting. So just make my cup harder to mix. This foam ought to rise really fast because, well, it'll rise fast. See, 1/2 of that has the head all the way filled up and a little more.
Will the heat that the Sika foam produces have no effect on the tape?
It'll melt the saran wrap a little bit, it'll shrink that up, but the tape will hold fast.
So, yeah, it's all.
You have a problem with the fabric bunching up really bad?
It did. Every time I pushed, sometimes the fabric would get caught up. That's why I just cut it to Phil's leg and stuff.
Okay. No,
You only bled a little bit.
Phil's not a bleeder.
Yeah.
It's on the door.
Oh! I thought of a tag on Carl shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, don't want to catch them all.
No. That's small.
Yeah, gotta catch them all. That's it.
But now you guys can see down in the arm, the foam is showing up in the arm already. Don't breathe over top of the hole. It's putting off some cyanide gas.
Boom. Those sweet legs.
Yeah, go ahead and tape those up the outside so they can go back together, and then we'll get that taped onto this. But I'm going to foam this up as much as I can, and then we'll tape the legs onto this, and then we can pour the foam in the top of the legs.
Yeah.
That table over there. See, he has the legs we just cut off of over here. That's the head down there, and the chest. And you can see this is filled up to this point with one pack of foam. It's a little bit less in the back. It's up to about here in the back, but that's all the way across the shoulders. It's into the shoulders some. So 8, maybe 9 packs of this foam will fill this body up all the way. Let's go all the way. Let's go all the way. Okay, so yeah, we're making the thing right there. That's one of those things. Oh. If I show you down inside, looks like this. Phil, do you want a bottle of water?
I'm good. I've got my bottle of water right there. Now
The body parts I'm going to put all together, and I'm going to make a mannequin, and that's what I'm going to build the body of my Demi Morgan off. Parts are going to make a mannequin, and I will put that all together, and I'll make myself a dummy here for the shop that I'll use all the time. But the first thing that I'll do with it is I'll use it to build the body of my Demi Morgan that I'm working on right now. So that is what I'll be using it for. The foam says it takes about an hour to set, but sometimes it takes about 2 hours to set. It's pretty warm in here. It shouldn't take that long. So probably in an hour or so that'll be set. But I also, I'm going to do a lot more in there, but I'm going to let it cure because I don't think I have much more of that foam because I don't see it. But I'm going to poke around and look for some more. How heavy when it's done? That foam is probably a 3-pound foam, meaning for 1 cubic foot of it weighs 3 pounds. So how many cubic feet is fill? Probably a 30-pound, 34 pound or so dummy. Yeah, no, not at all. Now, I'll cut the arms off and do pipe inside of it in order to make them posable and stuff.
Yeah. Good. How are you feeling?
Good. Are you hydrated?
Yeah.
You guys?
I'm not lying.
Hey Rob, tell the camera a story when you're done. Oh, Phil, tell the camera a story.
Oh man.
I gotta look for phone.
Man. Good stories.
Well, just go stare at the camera and do that.
Hey, I'm now dressed in regular clothing. So, yeah. Man, Alan is a man of many talents. One of the things he used to do a lot more of is leatherwork, and he actually inspired me to get really into leatherworking. I think I'm pretty good at it now, but I do it because I learned it from watching him. And I think a lot of people on this channel probably do a lot of things from watching him. And Rob's gonna tell a story now.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, why not?
I work with Phil a lot,
It's
actually.
true. Hey, Stacy.
Hey, Stacy, how you doing? I work with Phil at the Monster Museum.
Same stuff. The shop mannequins. No, the stuff in the shop mannequins. Alan, what did we make the shop mannequins out of?
Across the first time.
Something a lot heavier and a lot denser. It's similar, but I think
Hey, Mr. Bradshaw.
not as good a choice as the Seeker phone.
Phil and I work together at the Monster Museum. We work at Dark Hour together. We do promos and work with Alan a lot. Phil's known Alan for, what, 15 years? Basically.
Yeah.
And I've known you for, what, 5?
Ish, yeah.
5-ish?
Yeah, about as long as Dark Hour's been around.
Yeah, Dark Hour. I got in a haunting the same year Dark Hour started.
The stuff that we used for the shop mannequins, like Sloan's Lot and all those, what was that? It's denser than great stuff, but it's heavier than this stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a 7-pound AV foam.
Okay. We previously made mannequins for costuming at Dark Hour using 7-pound AD foam.
It was flex foam at 5, which is a 5-pound foam, but I upped the density.
Seek has been around for about 3 years, I think. It came out in Lowe's and Home Depot's about 3 years ago. It took a long time to catch on, but it's great for posts, and then Alan sees it, and of course, Alanizes it.
So guys, go over here. Come over to Phil's body. You can put your hands inside your own torso, Phil, and touch that foam, because that foam is now...
It's so you can't put your, it's rubbery is probably a good word for it.
It also gets very warm.
Yeah, it's super warm. So like the inside of a tom-tom.
It is an exothermic reaction,
So
so that as it expands, it produces heat.
So if it gets cold, you cut me open, and I won't be nearly as warm as this.
And I thought you smelled bad on the outside.
Nice.
So it's about lukewarm.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Get out.
That's how you know it was a good one.
Take the camera over to Josh and show the leg taping action.
Are you ready for some hot leg taping action?
Not hot.
It's a little hot this
It's
morning.
not as hot as this.
That's as far as I can go.
You can go a little bit further.
Can I?
Just unplug.
Or just
Don't
take
be scared.
Go mobile.
Oh, unplug
Go mobile, Rob.
Here we are, two already.
Go mobile.
So this is Josh taping the legs. Say hi, legs.
Hi, legs.
Hello, nurse. So we're about to get that all taped up. And like you know, we're going to tape it to the other body over there, and then we're going to fill it all with
Now,
foam.
Yeah, so basically, all I'm doing is making
Is
stitches
that one that you made? Or
I made it.
with tape
State.
If I used one I bought online, I could.
as I go through.
Got it,
Just
So I had to make
looking at the
Yeah.
seam.
Alan, Stacy Hawkins asked, how did you increase the density of the 5 to foam to 7?
Oh, you actually, if you let the foam set out in open containers, it'll evaporate a little bit of the moisture out of it. And one of the main things that makes a foam softer and less dense is adding water. You can make a foam less dense by misting water on top of it. You can make it more dense by letting it sit out, like let it breathe quite a bit. And you'll watch that level drop. I mean, I'm talking 4 or 5 hours. And then it becomes just a denser foam, which I wanted for the body foam. Yeah, easy.
But
Now
this
see,
stuff is
Alan's
not
beard
as
is white by nature. Mine was painted.
Hmm? So this is about as dense as that, but half the weight.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
Less dense, less weight, but it's a good filler foam. You know, that's one package. You know?
Yeah.
Just
So
one.
2 packs will get us up to here.
Yeah.
And then would one fill
And
both
release
arms?
a lot of
One,
plastic.
then some.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many, is that an unopened bag over there?
Oh. What is this?
Lies.
This is one that I didn't throw away because I'm a terrible person.
Was that bag you had?
Probably. Yeah, that was the only bag I had in the shop. So I'll have to buy some more, but I didn't want to stop at Home Depot today on the way here. So I will buy more foam, and the next time that I'm live, I'll be filling this guy up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. When we used it to set Tories out at Dan's.
To do what?
Tories, the large
Oh, the
Japanese
arches.
prayer arches.
Yeah. How far are you from bringing them legs over here, Josh?
I was done. I'm just starting this last scene. That should move pretty quickly.
Okay, good deal. Because then we can take the legs and put them upside down on top of this guy. I'm not going to tape it together tonight, but I'll show you what it looks like upside down.
So Phil, we
Ah.
need you to do a headstand in the stool so we can do a comparison.
Right.
Patent.
Hey,
Team man.
look, we just happen to have some. Hi, everybody. Plant name. It's like chlorophyll, but I'm clear, Phil.
Transparent green on the inside. That's my secret on it.
I'm good at headbutts.
Ugh.
Okay. Anyway,
Make a good
so this is
fight practice.
foamed fill. Yeah.
Yeah, would it be good for a fighting dummy?
Um,
Foam filled.
it's not a flexible foam, it's a rigid foam. So a good enough strike could break it. But it's pretty durable.
It's pretty fun.
Think of a mix between floral foam, the green floral foam,
Yeah.
and concrete.
Okay.
That's what this stuff turns into. You're seeing like the beginning stage.
I was really impressed with it. And it's cheaper than concrete.
Isn't it cool though to work at a haunted house long enough for the wood to rot?
Yes.
That's actually kind of.
It took 2 years.
Did you use treated lumber?
Uh,
Because that was probably your first one.
yeah.
You didn't use
Sometimes we get life lessons with our props. So this is the head of the Denny Morgan. None of you can see it. Just because I put you in the wrong
it. It
place.
looks cool, guys. Just wait till you see it.
Looks like that. And you honestly, you don't. It's really tough to see this, but there are these areas are hinges for his face flaps, and servo motors will make these open up. So, yeah.
Clear off that table a little bit.
Me. Saw the internet. I'm gonna fix it.
Something.
Yes, he was frugal. That's why he didn't use treated lumber. Glad you enjoy doing. I will be doing feet for it, but because he'll be wearing stilts, I'm not necessarily going to have the feet for it at this juncture. The feet will be a part of the stilts. Well, thank you so much for watching all the way from Ireland. We appreciate you.
Alan, if you want to come and take a look at this.
Hey, Ezekiel, good to see you on. So we have watchers tonight in Australia,
So,
England, New
man.
Zealand, Ireland.
I want to
Hey,
go to all
Ezekiel.
of those places.
That is cool.
This is Phil's bum. This is Phil's crotch. They're very different. He doesn't have much of a butt, I'll be honest with you. You could do some squats,
I need to
man.
do some more squats.
You need
I
to
know.
do some squats because you have no junk in your trunk. You're junkless.
To be fair, YouTube, I just lost about 50 pounds.
He did.
And it was all from his butt.
He did lose about 50 or 60 pounds. So this is Phil's legs. Phil, would you hold up your legs?
I would.
Hold them right.
My
Now,
legs-
look, it's going to be shorter than you because there's no feet.
My legs.
That makes you lose about 6
Okay.
inches. Stacy Hawkins says, "Hi, Rob."
You did that a while ago. We were telling
Horror
stories.
Beauty
Well,
Effects says you are junkless. LOL. Pretty
sorry.
flat. LOL.
I'm sweet.
She tearing you up. All right.
She's a meaty face.
Stand up straight. And we're pretty close to the joining line, in all honesty. Rob, can you hold that
Yeah.
right there?
That is a long torso, bud.
Yeah, we're close to the joining line, but we need to go a little bit we're about 1.5 inches we have to overlap, because this curve of the belly here is this curve of the belly here. So shoot, we'll put those together. We'll cut them and tape them together. I'm not doing that now because they're far easier to foam fill separately.
Hey, you get to big spoon.
You know? Yeah, you're the big spoon of yourself. Isn't that nice?
Myself before.
That's what hugging you is like.
Yeah, man, that's hard.
Cold and lifeless.
No,
But-
it's actually nice and warm right here.
It's going to get awkward in here.
Yeah. Put your head right there on my shoulder. It's nice and warm.
So you can actually tell that it's just the feet making him shorter. If I take something like a broomstick,
Just to get right up my leg.
no, I'm not going to hit your leg at all. If I take a broomstick, say right there, and lift up
Oh, man.
on, see, now their crotches are aligned, and they're the same height.
I'm a little taller than this one because
Yeah, you are a little taller than that, but that's good. If I want them taller, I'll lift up on that broomstick.
having no butt
There we go.
means what little butt I have is muscle. And I just clench to keep it from killing me. Or my family line, I guess.
Yeah. All right, so pretty cool. Look, we made a body, guys. We made a fun, clear body, and that took 2 hours.
And we didn't break any laws.
That took 2 hours. We didn't break any laws. None of us got arrested.
I don't feel violated.
If I wanted to go through the whole filming process, maybe another 30 minutes. So you're probably looking at a project time with 4 folks, and I barely helped on the. I didn't help on the legs. I didn't do a thing on the legs, did I? I gave you suspenders,
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
gave me a roll of it.
and I handed you a roll of tape that you didn't need.
I used it for the seat.
You started the suspenders.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so 2 to 3 guys can knock out one of these in about 3 hours. And you can see it would stand on its own if I didn't have the head weighted up with foam.
Well,
It won't.
even then.
It is standing on its own. So it's they're nice pieces. Yeah, not bad for a full body project.
Yeah.
No, there's never a time when it's not awkward here. There's always a reason why it's a little bit awkward. What we do, what we're good at. Will I remove the plastic wrap? No. I foam it just like that, and then I'll cut the tape off, and when I cut the tape off, there's some plastic wrap that I just peel out of the way, but a lot of it got melted by the heat of the foam. And if there's any areas that have like a weird fold of it, I'll just put Bondo over that and smooth it out. Joyce says, nice legs, Phil.
Thanks, Joyce. I still remember what you said earlier.
That's dramatic.
Okay. Hello, Dark Illusion Mask Company. I think you're late to the party, my friend, but it's good to see you on again. We made a body tonight that we're foam filling. That's about over a third of the way full of foam. And we'll put those 2 together like that and foam it all up, and that's going to be a monster mannequin for the shop for me. I'm going to put 2 sleeves of PVC in the legs, and then I'll make a little stand so I can just stand it up and work on that body. The arms will come off so I can take it off and put on spandex suits, basically, like exactly what you were wearing today.
Yeah.
And then I can do my latex and everything over top of that. This itself is not going to be a prop. This is going to allow me to make props and costumes. Because from this I can pull patterns. From this I can do build-up costumes on it. So that is what that's for. I'm not... Now, could I take this thing I've got? You could just do the tape. I would use more tape. So let's say instead of 30 bucks worth of tape, you use 50 bucks worth of tape. But it's a solid plastic body at that point. I could certainly just do that and put clothes on it and make it a monster out in my yard. Yeah. You are asking me about Halloween and Haunt Fest as a vendor because you might want to do a booth next year. I don't know if you know this, but Steve Kohlberg, a good friend of mine and the organizer of Halloween and Haunt Fest, recently passed away. Very recently. So actually the fate of Halloween and Haunt Fest, even this year, which is happening in 3 weeks, I think, is very up in the air. And there's not a clear, the structure of the business doesn't allow it to run smoothly after his demise, unfortunately. So people are looking into what's going to happen. It's a very unfortunate business, and it's very sad because Steve was a good, he did a lot for the haunt community, and he certainly, he started several haunted house shows, and just generally a nice guy. And he wore the same kind of shirts as me with like the nice monster prints and stuff. So yeah, he had very good taste in shirts. Yeah, Steve was awesome. I'm really, that's a face I'm going to miss seeing at haunt shows. But Halloween and Haunt Fest is up in the air. So I don't know that it's going to actually continue under that name, that management, that as a show. Otherwise, I would say it's a blast.
Yeah. Me too.
So everybody, say goodnight, guys.
Good night,
We're gonna end our broadcast for the evening because I ain't got no more phone. You guys are awesome. Thanks for watching and hanging out with us. We had just over 40 at one point tonight. Right now we've got 24 souls who are hanging out with us. But we're done for the night. Go make stuff. Bye.